You might ask yourself, what has been the biggest hindrance in me seeing more videos? By William Buttlicker. William M. Buttlicker. Well, the biggest obstacle that I have found is schooling. The very famous song, 4 years of my life that are out the door, plus 6 more. That's 10 years of my life that are out the door. Good thing I learned a lot. Okay, we won't do the whole song, but schooling has been like the biggest focus in my life for the entirety of my life, and now I am happy to say that that is over. Finally have graduated. It's done. It's over with. The ceremony has taken place. There's no takebacks at this point. I hope not, at least. And so the number one thing that I honestly thought about looking forward to was like once the first realization I have of like, oh, my life is going to be very different now, which is like, oh, I'm going to be able to play more video games. And that really excites me because I think a lot of people talk about like creative outlets and how important it is to have creative outlets, physical outlets, just these different outlets in general. And I think when it comes to the creative outlet, people think you just kind of need one like creative thing. Like if you pick up a 12 pack of Crayolas, once a year, that you've checked that box. That there is no difference between picking up some markers and some construction paper, and like there would be is the same thing as maybe thinking about a piece of something like I did in school, like looking at literature from aestheticians and philosophers and writers, and thinking about how what they're saying applies to art. See, like they're very different types of creativity, and there's lots of different types of creativity in between those two things. And one of those things for me is playing video games and making videos about that has something to do with the video games that I'm playing. Sharing that aspect of like this digital realm of my life, because really, what, at least for me, what like this space of gaming, the space of YouTubing, the space of sharing the video games, Twitch live streams, all of this it's not just sharing the moments of gaming. It's not just sharing information about gaming, but there's a whole nother side of it, whether it be the culture, whether it be the news, whether it be the creation of the videos, even if it's just putting a couple different tracks in, Premiere Pro or something like that. I was just thinking when I said Premiere Pro, for some reason, thinking about, the old days, and made me think about, oh, wow, so much has changed. Like now, like Sony Vegas Pro used to be all you needed, in 2009 or 2010, 2011 to make it huge on YouTube. But, times have changed. You gotta step up to the free OBS. Anyway, this is a really not going to, and so. So part of this is having this creative outlet again, and sharing this aspect of me, because I believe that this part of me it does a lot for myself in terms of like creating a whole individual, so to say. I feel like it has a lot to do with what I notice. The more I'm making these videos, the higher my ability is to speak, to put my thoughts into words, to put my ideas into a form. Which is something that I think everybody thinks is, hard to do, but it's something that I find myself having to do a lot, writing artist statements and things like of that nature, and thinking about, the work that I'm making as something that I've been thinking about, and turning that into, a physical, to manifesting those thoughts into a thing. And so part of me, is excited to get that back going again through this video game sphere of, that portion of my life. And then another part of me is excited with all of this, like what it means for my life now that I have this time. Like I said, a lot of changes are going to be coming. I'm thinking about a move, actually, a pretty substantial move. I feel like I've just kind of recently just kind of been like done with the region. One of the things that I've done recently is I spent a whole year making a thesis project, a senior thesis project, and it was about this region, the southeast Appalachian region that I've kind of live in, and that I've been living in for now the past 10 years, and kind of what this kind of means and is, and kind of exploring what this region is on a surface level, through not on a surface level, through the examination of their surfaces. There we go. Like a surface level, I realize is that's a tricky thing to say, but examining through their surfaces, particularly storefronts and businesses and downtowns and signage, things like that. And so I was exploring a lot of that, and I just kind of recently just have kind of felt a little bit done with the community that I'm in. Felt a little bit done, which is like I've done it all. And then there were also some kind of more events, like I've just been in the hospital a little bit recently, and for some different reasons and some varying reasons, it's just like makes me think what the community's feelings on healthcare, I guess, and just like the communities as a whole feelings on all of like some different topics. And so it makes me feel like I am wanting a move, and so that's kind of letting you know just kind of where I am. And then in addition to that, one video that I thought about in particular I made a couple years ago was like a video about my artwork, and I showed some artwork that I made, and it was really before I'd started making lots of photos. So I kind of want to show something going back onto it now that I'm mostly making photos. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a nice day.